Hello, friends. Welcome to another edition of Reflections of a Lifetime. Time is key. Their convention was the largest the world had ever seen. From every corner of the earth came the delegates, worried because instead of destroying the competition, they themselves seemed in danger of destruction. This evening would be the keynote address by the extraordinary leader. The delegates talked to each other in hushed tones, and repeatedly there is the hope that if anyone could turn the situation around, tonight's speaker can. For as long as they remember, he has been their leader. More than that, he is the one they all want to emulate. He has both their affections and their loyalty, and over the years has become in essence their God. Thunder and applause spontaneously erupts from the delegates as he appears before them and takes his rightful place at the podium. He looks out at the sea of eager, upturned faces and, like a politician, feeds upon the crowd's approval. As the ovation calms, he takes a deep breath and begins. Listen, you devils. You are going to keep the Christians from going to church. They are going to go. You can't prevent them from holding their doctrines or from saying their prayers. They are going to do it. We must change our tactics if we are going to enjoy continued success. Time is the key, my friends. We can conceive them from doctrines, their prayers, and their church going if we can control their time. Time is the essential ingredient, for without this, they will never find a saving connection with Jesus. He said spitefully, spitting out the last word. Satan went on. Let them think they are saved, while we control their time, and they are ours just as surely as those who never set foot inside a church. How are we going to do this? Simple. Keep them busy in the non-essentials of life and invent unnumbered schemes to occupy their minds. Encourage them to spend, and then work to pay for it. Fill their mailboxes with catalogs full of the most enticing offers. Follow these up with the credit card offers to pay for it all. Teach them that happiness comes from things and induce the husbands to work 8, 10, 12 hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week. Make them work 2 jobs if necessary. Make it appear a necessity for the wives to work. Tell them there is just no other way. If they are going to maintain the lifestyle they want for their families, then get the wives to work along. Hard hours coupled with the home responsibilities so they have no energy left at the end of the day for their husbands or their children. Overstimulate their minds so they cannot hear Jesus whispering to their conscience. Bombard their senses with music playing in every home, workplace, and store. Make sure that bad news hits them every day whenever they turn. Use newspapers, magazines, radio, and television 24 hours a day. Corrupt the moral fabric of their marriages and their young people by placing sensual images that invite impure thoughts on billboards and in movies, newspapers, or magazine covers, and of course on television. Use TV talk shows to parade the most deviant members of society through their living rooms. Have them hungrily feast upon the sordid details of immoral behavior until they begin to see evil as just another alternative. Have them dwell on the trash trivia and trouble of the world. Tell them misdeeds of the rich and famous. Distract them from serious realities of life by vain hopes with sweepstakes, lotteries, and gambling casinos. Fill their shelves with books, magazines, and still more books. These represent time, and more time spent here is less time spent with God. Fill their homes with computers and send them out to the electronic highway where we control most of the exits. Send them Lots of email, bog them down with spam of never-ending information. Give them a laptop computer so they can always be at work. Make sure everyone has a pager, even children. Fill their days with phone calls. Give them cordless and cellular phones so it is easy to talk all the time. Make sure their answering machine runs over with messages. Overwhelm the children with activities, sports programs in school and after school. Dance, ballet, scouts, clubs, music lessons, proms, and parties. Stress them out with increasing amounts of homework at earlier and earlier ages. Send them to preschool early and childhood programs. Get them away from the parents' influences and let them lead as separate a life from their parents as possible. So by the time they are teenagers, they have in common with mom and dad. Have them so stressed they will respond to our encouragement to be sexually active, to use cigarettes, alcohol, or other drugs as an escape. Even in their recreation, let them be excessive. Send them on expensive vacations. Have them go, go, go. Have them return from their recreation exhausted, disquieted, and unprepared for the coming week. Don't let them go out into nature. Send them to amusement parks, sporting events, concerts, and movies instead. Make this saying your motto. Vacation makes them tired enough to go back to work and poor enough that they have to do it. If they avoid the traps, use their own churches against them. Give them so many offices, responsibilities, and problems to deal with that their time is consumed in good works. When they meet for spiritual fellowship, involve them in gossip and small talk, so that they live with troubled consciences and unsettled emotions. Bring crisis after crisis to their church, so they are kept so busy putting out fires that there is no time to kindle the flame of the gospel in their own hearts. Encourage them to study doctrines and evangelism. Let them attend training seminars, leadership workshops, and great church conferences on outreach. Clear the way for great interdenominational rallies seeking reformation. Be sure you get them to pay lip service to putting family first, to family values. Then get them involved with great social issues like abortion. Let them have conservative lifestyles, but at all costs, in any way possible, keep them from coming to the Bible and to God as a sinner in need of salvation. For if they do, all is lost to us. Time is our greatest weapon and our greatest friend, my colleagues. Let us use it wisely and let them sleep in their deception just a little longer. Then both the world and the church will be ours, and we will have won an everlasting victory. Go forth, my friends, to the victory. With both hands raised, Satan exhorts his minions, on to victory, on to victory, on to victory, until at last only the echo and results of the climactic meeting filter down to us today. It was quite a convention. I may not have guessed all the details of the meeting, but you can be the judge of the results. Evil angels went eagerly to the assignments, causing Christians everywhere to get busy, 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 and to rush here and there. We are not living a simple lives, my friends. Our lives are too congested. The whole system is overstimulated. Has the devil been successful at this scheme? Reflect on that today. This has been another edition, Reflections of a Lifetime. Thanks for watching. As always, I stand by the word. God bless.